Doon 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 peak fiction. Doon 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 doon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for yet another Friday edition. Fridays of Peak. Here for our beloved best-selling manga in history, man. Let me see. Where is it at? Oh, not that. That's my title. It's not me though. I got the Oda title without the shout out to Akash Panda. I got the Oda title without I got the silhouette, bro. We're doing silhouette piece already? Silhouette piece in 2025 because I can't find my camera. Hold on. Nope, not that one. That looks even worse with the title in front of it. Hold on. Where's it at? There we go, ladies and gentlemen. How are we looking, man? Are we in HD? Why is my camera doing this? Are we in HD? Are we looking good? Hold on. It's a little bright here. Hold on. Might be alright right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. Yeah, the intro box coming in strong. Shout out to Akash Panda, by the way. With a boom. King Recon. Ladies and gentlemen, on a serious note, all love to everybody here today on this wonderful Friday. So, wait a minute. I think my internet's out. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm in the red. Hopefully my stream is still going. I'll say what I was about to say if my internet is still here. Hold on. Okay, I think we're back. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now here's going to be the deal. Apparently, the internet in my area has been really bad. I know it's been bad this week, but it's been bad today, according to the family. And so, when we get an opportunity, hopefully, about every couple of minutes while we read the chapter, I'm going to look over and let me know if we're still live. So Akash Panda, the boys, let me know if we're still live while we go through the stream. Because like I said, it's been bad. I mean, it's giving me a fat error message right now. I don't even know if y'all can hear me while I'm saying this. But it has been really, really, really bad this week. And so, if my internet goes out mid-chapter, I don't know what I'm going to do. The only thing I can hope is that it comes back immediately, the same way it did right now. And so, I'll just keep looking. If y'all tell me the internet goes out for a second, then, like Akash Panda said, end of each page, I'll look over. Are we still live? Are we still cooking? And then we'll get back to the next chat, the next page. Worst case scenario? Like, worst case scenario? I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point. The worst that it's ever been on the YouTube channel was the day that 1086, the last chapter before that really long break. That was the Emu Garling chapter. When we got out of the Reverie stretch, and we got the names of all the Gorosei and Garling and the It's Close from Emu. that chapter, my internet, y'all remember, it went out, like right on that page. And then we had to start another stream. So I'm not sure how bad it's going to be today, but worst case scenario, we're prepared. Sort of. Sort of. So my hope is that we will be able to get through this stream and get through the chapter. If we can get through the chapter, then if the internet goes out after that, then, I'll be able to, let's just say if I have a couple super chats, if YouTube saves them, I can do like an afterthoughts going over the super chats. There's no problem on that end. But the chapter reaction, though, I can't start a chapter and not end it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what I would do on that end. So we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. But it has been crazy this week. It has been a wild week. I gotta refresh. I'm not even seeing comments right now. Let me refresh my page. Real quick. It's already starting, man. Gotta get this out of here. We're in the flipping flashback, man. Oh, here we go. So, yeet. We got a couple supers and the God Hand of Finance coming up in the like swimwear. Hold on, let me. Oh, he's always watching me, bro. The God Hand of Finance comes in with 20 gifted memberships to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Ali G, the individual who, as I continue to say, is potentially more consistent than Ichiro Oda, if that's even possible. Shout out to my boy Ali G, man. Continues to give individuals here free memberships in each and every stream that we do here on the channel. And so, if you're watching this on the whenever the video goes up after the upload, after the live stream, and you want to get a free membership, there's a good chance you might be able to if you just attend the stream. There's a good chance. And so all love to Ali G and the rest of the Gorosei here on the channel for continuing to do what they do best, man. All love to you, man. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend. You had a great Thanksgiving yesterday, man. Nothing but love to you, brother. 20 gifted memberships, bro. Y'all are insane. Josh Pointer comes in with the all caps number 10. This is how we know we're in for some beak today, and says, all caps, no way Oda just showed us that this chapter. That. We're going to see the Final Fantasy VII Part 3 reveal in this chapter? No way. Can you guess what happens this chapter? No way you can guess what happens in this chapter. I feel like that's pretty accurate no matter what chapter it is. It's different, bro. Personally, I think that One Piece is one of the most difficult series to predict what happens like on a chapter to chapter basis. It's really, really hard to predict what happens next. Like, you can be in the ballpark, but you can't be 100% on the money. It's impossible. Like last chapter. Who in the Flying Flatterers would have thought that we would have had that Dragon and Garp segment last chapter, man? You know what I mean? Like, it's stuff like that. And bro, let me tell you, that page from last chapter has been rent-free in my mind this entire week. That incredible Dragon and Garp page, man. Prepare for a long stream. I don't know about that, man. my internet. Let's hope. Let's hope, Josh Pointer. Let's hope, man. Let's hope. Also, you did top 25 manga arcs. That was a fun video, man. All love to everybody who stopped by. There was actually a lot of people who found the channel through that video. So shout out to the individuals who are joining us here in the journey after that video, man. I was not expecting it to reach the algorithm in the way that it did, but shout out to the individuals who found the channel through that video. That's super cool. We need top 25 gaming moments or arcs now. Gaming moments or arcs. I can do top 25 gaming moments. The only arcs that I know in games are like in Yumi Neko and Trails. Because all the other ones, I don't know if I can consider them like arcs. You know, I can split them by discs. But arcs, I feel that'd be harder to do from a video game standpoint. Well, I could probably do a Metal Gear. I could probably add Metal Gear to that as well. As far as like arcs go, because they're long running series. But in regards to the gaming moments, bro, I can do gaming moments. That'd actually be a lot of fun. I'd be down for doing that at some point in the future for sure. All love to you, man. I'll keep that in mind, honestly. Oh, it looks like we're in 144p. Hey, we as long as the internet doesn't go out, I'll stay at 144p. I don't care. I do not care, in the slightest. So as long as we stay live, you know what I'm saying. So shout out to my boy Josh Pointer. Be Muddy comes in with a 5. Yo, Muddy, man, once again, a public apology. I know I apologize to you in private, but a public apology for what happened at the end of last stream, man. I was exhausted, and I'm really, really, bro, today, because I wasn't able to yesterday, today I indulged in my sweets, bro. So I am hoping and praying that by the time I get to the end of this stream, I don't completely crash out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about crashing out like Hime. Shout out to Hime. Not shout out to Arsenal. Shout out to Hime. For the crash outs, but I crashing out in terms of like just crashing. You know, crashing from a sugar high standpoint, because boy oh boy, man, I had to do it. Man. I had to eat my Thanksgiving sweets today. So because like I said, I wasn't able to yesterday. But hopefully it won't get to that point, and we'll be able to, and hopefully the internet sticks with us. But a public apology to you, man. I really felt bad about it whenever I turned off the stream last week. Gokhan, I have four very short super chats I want to send you this stream, but need to save money for an apartment. Can you read those on stream? Doc on Discord, bro. Of course, I will definitely do so after we do the chapter. And then he comes with another one. It says, I finally know why you delayed crewmate offer. Very emotional letter sent on Discord. Put all the letters on hold. Please read that one later in your free time. All right, absolutely, man. We'll most certainly do that. Just let me know, like, at me which one that is, and I'll most certainly read that in my free time for sure. But hey, I'm glad that through one way or another you were able to understand why that was. But I'll love to you, man. And once again, a great apology for last week, brother. Then Speak, shout out to my boy Speak, comes in with a 10 and says, dude, I got my hands on a graded December 97th first edition print of Peak Fiction. So what you're telling me is you got a graded December 97th first edition print of like One Piece Volume 1? Of like, or what? Or are you talking about like a copy of FF7 from 97? Like, what did you get, man? What did you get? That sounds crazy. You gotta send me a picture of that and Speak. You gotta send me a picture. A graded? I'm gonna assume it's a graded One Piece volume. It's actually nuts. Embarrassed to say how much I paid, but it doesn't matter because now I can catch this live. Let's go, brother. Speak, man. I'll love to you, bro. Seriously. Send me a picture, man. I would definitely love to see it. Like I said, I'm assuming you mean it's a volume, but that's nuts. My wife killed before? Yeah, One Piece? Okay, perfect. Absolutely. That's awesome. Dang, dude. Yo, Speak, definitely send me a picture, bro. That sounds awesome. Would absolutely love it. All right, and then Muddy comes in and follows with the 2 and says, it's extremely important you read these. Go, please. Emo letter. Most certainly, Muddy. Once we read the chapter, and we have our discussion, definitely remind me. And this week, even if I'm clawing at the reins post Sugar High, I will most certainly read what you have in store, man. I just can't do a long one. You know what I'm saying? But we will most certainly read it this week, no doubt, man. My apologies. But all love to you for the super. Pluto then comes in with membership for 32 months and says, lock in, coach. It's getting serious. Bro, I've been locked in for years. I haven't had an opportunity to not lock in. Every chapter is lock-in worthy to me. You know what I'm saying? Even I remember there was a stretch that I remember we were doing a chapter of the year stream last year with the boys. Excuse me. And I was the one in the stream that had the beginning Elbaf chapters super high on my list because I was like, bro, they speak to me, man. I can't help it. I can't help it, man. You know? Listen, it takes everything inside for me not to grade every One Piece chapter a 10 out of 10. Because that's how I feel, man. And I can't help the way that I feel. The heart can't help what it loves. And your boy loves the peak. You know what I'm saying? So, it doesn't matter what we got in store. I'm locked in, son. I can't wear a seatbelt because obviously the series launches me out of my seat. But the proverbial seatbelt is always there. It's always there, man. All love to you, Pluto. Thank you so much for that. And membership for 32 months is insane. It is absolutely insane. Then Has Clover comes in with a 2 and says, grab 3 Santa hats and the jerseys, peak fiction. It feels like it's been Santa hat jersey season for the entire year. That's honestly what it feels like. It's nonstop gas, man. Thank you, Has Clover. Appreciate you. And then my boy Sanji comes to membership for 27 months and says, Coach, can we get much higher? I don't know, man. I don't know. We just got out of the God Valley flashback. I don't know if we can get much higher. Because this is the series that's proven me wrong time and time again, I want to say yes. But bro, what I've experienced this year has been peak, man. Bro, there are chapters that have come out this year that I can say with full confidence would make like a top 15 One Piece chapters for me list. So that's the type of year we've been in, man. It's been crazy. One of them we already saw when I made my favorite One Piece chapters ever was a top 5 chapter for me. So it's like, bro, it's been a crazy year, man. It's been a fun year. And so, can we get much higher? Absolutely. And I'm not gonna doubt it. If there used to be a saying, there's one man you don't bet against in sports, and that's Tom Brady. There's one man you don't bet against in manga, and that's Ichiro Oda, bro. He doesn't mess around. That's my guy. And so, all love to you, my boy Sanji, man. Can we get much higher? My question is yes. Yes. Yes, we can. My boy Northside with a Z comes in with a 2 and says, it's time, coach. It's time. My time is only mine, Northside. My time is only mine, man. As the good brother Diego D. Brando once said. And so, if my time is only mine, Tokyo Tomare? Tokyo Tomare! Then by the Flagnards, we are here today for some peak. All love to you, Northside, man. Thank you so much for the super. And then got my boy Subra. Shout out to Subra. Comes with the 40 and says, chapter of the year contender. Every chapter this year. Very Recon core is interesting. Because I might be the only person, well, maybe not the only person. I might be one of the few people that has the Rania chapter still in my top 5 favorite chapters of 2025. And it was a Recon core chapter. So I don't know what this means, man. I don't know if it's a flippin' thematic masterpiece or if we have hands being thrown. Because the good thing about being Recon core is that you can be a mural chapter, you can be a flippin' emu chapter, you can be the daggum all 6 of the legends of the verse fighting against emu type of chapter. You can have a lore chapter. What does this mean, man? A Recon core chapter. And we just got out of the God Valley flashback, which was full of Recon core chapters. What does that mean? A Recon core chapter. Am I going to cry this chapter? Am I going to leap out of my seat 100 times? What type of chapter are we looking at, Skip? I don't know, man. And Santa Hat jersey time. It's been Santa Hat jersey time this entire year. But very Recon core is interesting, man. I am fascinated by that line, Subra. I'm genuinely curious what you mean by that. And I will come back to that. I will definitely come back to that. And then we've got Speak. Thank you once again, Super. Appreciate you, man. Very Recon core. Speak comes in with another super chat and says, correction, 3 guys you don't bet against. Brady, Togashi, and Oda. Oh, that's another dude, man. But y'all know. Bro, Yoshihiro Togashi, listen, man. Listen. I mean, y'all already know. If you watch my top 25 manga arcs list, you know how I feel about Yoshihiro Togashi. But that is one man that I would never and shall never bet against. Are you kidding me? That's my boy, man. That's my guy. Brady, Togashi, and Oda. That's quite a 3. It's 1:30 a.m. This run Oda is on means something to me. Yo, Speak is here at 2 o'clock in the morning for some peak. I better start reading this chapter. You know what I'm saying? So that means all caps. All love to you, Speak, man. All love to you. Thank you so much for that wonderful super. Then we got Mango Buster, who comes in with a 20 and says, first time able to catch a stream live in forever this week, and next I only work 5 days total. So I get One Piece Greatness and Metroid Prime 4 finally. Metroid Prime 4 already comes out next week? Oh yeah, that's right, this is the first week of December. Bro, you know what I've been playing? Where's my Switch? Where's my Switch, man? Yo, I've been going ham. Mango Buster. Mango Buster. Dude, during my breaks, your boy has been going ham on this game right here. Hold on, where's OBS at? Dude, during my breaks, your boy, let it load real quick. I have been going, when I mean ham, dog, I am like, because not only is this a nostalgia game for me, but I think Sakurai genuinely cooked once again. That Kirby Air Ride greatness, dude. Dude, this game has been stealing my lunchtime every day, bro. Like, I'll come in there with a plan, and I'll be like, yeah, man, you know, I feel like watching this today. I feel like reading this today, or whatever it is. Dude, Kirby's Air Ride? Like I said, I love the original, but man, this game has been so much fun. And so after because I'm not gonna finish Kirby's Air Ride, but after all this time I'm playing Kirby's Air Ride, all I want is to play some Metroid Prime 4. And you just reminded me that drops next week. I am so excited. Oh man, next week's gonna be a good week, dude. Let's go. It's so much fun, y'all. It's so much fun. I have been enjoying the flagnards out of Kirby Air Ride. It's been a blast. It's been super, super fun. But going back to the super chat, Metroid Prime 4 finally, can I get much higher? Appreciate you, Coach. Enjoy the chapter. Well, Mango Buster, thank you so much for stopping by, man. I truly, truly appreciate you. Hope you have fun, and hope that next week and going in with what you got going on at work, and then the One Piece greatness. And then the Metroid Prime 4 greatness looks like you're in for some gas. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a good week to me. You feel me? So Mango Buster, all love to you. And super looking forward to seeing what we got going on this week's chapter, man. Lexi the Sunflower Arc membership for 32 months. Y'all are insane. I feel like every time I read these membership messages, it gets longer and longer. Like 20-something months, 30-something months, 40-something months. It's like, bro, y'all are crazy. Can't wait to see your reaction to this one, Coach. Top 10 chapters of the year equals top 10 reactions of the year. That's sort of nuts. I appreciate you for that. But man, so that's multiple individuals who believe it's the top 10 chapter in a year filled with a lot of great chapters. So we've got to be in for some gas. Please, internet, deal with me today. Please. For some peaks. All love to you, Lexi D. Thank you so much for that membership message. And then our last super chat before we get into the title poll comes in from my boy Subra, who says, with a 40, Recon Core and beginning of the end. Thank you. So from beginning to end, we're going to have a Recon Core chapter? Good lord, man. Now I'm really... Bro, we just got a God Valley flashback. What more can we get? What more can we get? I thought we were just going to chill. You know, we just got the Incredible Herald content at the end of last week's chapter. I was like, okay, man, we're gonna come back this week, gonna chill. Harold and Loki chapter that takes us into like the emotional side of like the Loki part of the flashback. But boy, what are we about to get? You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and put up this this poll and start a poll here. Are we reading the title today, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. Oh, dude, I just saw that comment. I love Road Trip, man. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back. I think we're back. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me refresh. Okay, it's refreshing. We're back. We're back! Okay. Okay. Every single, like I said, every single page, I'm gonna look back to y'all. And we're gonna see if we're still live. I'm so glad that just happened because it reminded me of how bad the internet's been. But what I was saying before the internet went out there for a sec was, somebody was talking about, right here, Epions was talking about the road trip in Kirby Air Ride. Dude, I really like that game mode. It is awesome. Like, I'm already like, I think I'm on stage 9, if I'm not mistaken. It's a blast. It is a blast. And I just love the way that the game balances, like, going either from a race or to doing whatever other mini game it has, and just keeping you invested. Boss battles, like it's a fun game, man. Super fun game. But we got 2 memberships coming here. Goldie Roger, shout out to the King of the Pirates, coming in, joining the Kingdom of Awesome Sauce. I love to Goldie Roger. Coming in, man. That's a prime Roger pick right there. The I'm gonna turn the world upside down type Roger pick from Return to Sabaody. So I'll love to Gold Roger for stopping by here today. And then we have Ankle B Reek. Ankle Break 24. My apologies. Ankle Break 24 comes in with membership for 7 months and says, "What up, coach? Not sure if you started the new job, but yes, I have, and it has been fantastic so far. I truly do appreciate you for that. But I hope the transition has been smooth. It's been a lot to learn, but because of how excited I am to learn all of that, it has been a wonderful, exciting, nerve-wracking at times, but more times than not, exciting experience. And like I said, because of the wonderful people that are there, and it's allowed the transition to be very, very smooth. And so, all love to the individuals that I work with, man. Wonderful, wonderful people. And so, it's insanely excited to get through this tonight. Peak incoming. So excited for it. And with that, now I can actually post the... Wait, did my thing never go up? The read the title poll? It never posted the read the title poll, bro. Alright. Now it went. Sakurai's Kirby games have been peaked since the 90s. That's a factual statement. That is a factual statement. Alright. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if we're reading the thing. We're going to get right into it, because I don't want my internet to go out mid-chapter read. And if it does, hopefully, we have good timing. All right. Okay. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and... Okay, yeah. So the thing actually went up this time, the poll. Good. Good. All right, y'all. We are in the middle of one of the flashbacks of legend, man. Already solidifying itself as my favorite flashback, and this is coming off of what was my favorite flashback in the Kuma flashback, and then what was my favorite flashback before that in the Odin flashback. So my boy Otis has been cooking non-stop banger flashbacks, but that's the entire series. But especially in these last couple arcs, it's just been nuts, the quality of these flashbacks. But in the midst of this, I'm sure that y'all saw it as well. It's still insane to me that our beloved King of the Pirates is at the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. Like, it's still nuts to me. Like, it's still nuts. Because it's like, Goku, everyone knows Goku. You know what I'm saying, bro? Especially in my side of the world, right? I can't speak for everyone. Because the planet is so huge. But over here, man, I mean, even if you don't know what anime is, Goku and Pikachu are like the two most recognizable faces that like anime has to offer. And I know Pikachu originates from a video game, but I feel like those two are like so recognizable. And it's just so cool to me to see that our beloved best-selling manga in history is out there being repped like that. Like, it's so cool to me. It's like, man, on such a grand scale. And I know we've seen with the sporting events and stuff, but every time the Thanksgiving parade, you know how many people tune into that? It's just nuts to me, man. And I know it's been happening the last couple of years, but it's always just so insane to me. Like, this is where we're at right now. This is how big our series is getting, and it's crazy to me. You know, thinking back to the 4Kids days and stuff, it's just like, who would have thought we would ever get to the point? And that's how I felt. Just getting into the series in general and be like, yeah, one day the series is gonna end, and it's like we're now at the point to where we are mid-final saga, bro. Mid-final saga with Elbaf killing it. I don't know if y'all saw my top 25 arcs video I put out earlier this week, but I talked a lot about Wano and Marineford and Water 7 in there, and I was like, man, but there's an arc cooking right now that could potentially surpass all of these, bro, because I've just been enjoying it that much. And it's coming off another arc I loved on that level too, in Egghead, so it's like, we've just been cooking, man. My boy's putting in work. And so we're here today to read chapter 1167. Chapter 1167. Oh, no, I just realized what I just did. Anyways, we are here today to read the one and the only I better not see it. Okay, good. Good. I was about to say the brain rot hasn't gone into the chat. Peace. All right, y'all. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna read. We're gonna take it page by page, and every time I finish a page, I'm gonna look over, and y'all let me know if the internet's good and if we're still live. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if we're still live at the end of every page. So let's get into it. Okay. Reading the title? Yes, we are. Perfect. 88% yes for reading the title, so let's get right into it. One Piece chapter 1167, Ida's Son. Ida's Son. Ooh, that has implications. What does that mean? What? Are we going to be in for like a Hajrudin heavy chapter? Man, dude. This was not what I was expecting the title to be. Ida's son! Chapter 1167, Ida's son. Nojiko and Genzo, bro. Arlong Park. Ah, and there's a cat. Cover request by Ideal Sanji. A cat is scolded for stealing a book. But Gen and Nojiko aren't mad. And it's a fish encyclopedia. That's beautiful, man. That's how I know we're in for some peak today. Going back to Arlong Park. We got Big Gen and Nojiko in the cover page. It's going to be a good chapter, man. We love to see it. Vibes are already immaculate. Within the notes, Oda says, I'm really getting into this 8D audio. 8D! I love that feeling of being enveloped in sound. I want to convert a room for it. My boy Oda's wants to get an 8D room. Could you imagine? Well, at least I can't. Watching, like, I'm trying to think of like something that has like really, really good sound design. Whatever you think of that as like really good sound design, or like me me and my friends who always get together to watch like new, whether it be like Game of Thrones or House of Dragon episodes. Watching like House of Dragon with the boys, and we just run like an 8D audio quality. It'd be like sweet mother of flagnards, man. That'd be nuts. I think I played a game in 8D, if I'm not mistaken, using headphones one time. I think it was Spider-Man. It sounded crazy, like really crazy. I don't know. It was Spider-Man and Black Ops Cold War, because that was like right when the PS5 came out, if I'm not mistaken. Was that 8? No, that was 3D audio. I don't think I've ever heard 8D audio. That's kind of nuts. That's actually kind of nuts. Niami. That's awesome. That's incredible. 33, ooh, a time skip. 33 years ago, Expedition 33. 33 years ago, 5 years after God Valley. A post-God Valley world. I could have sworn pirates were approaching off the shore. Is that the bearer of big news? Oh, hold up, man. Is this the type of chapter we're getting into? That we're starting it off with Big Bird himself? My boy? Flapping his wings? Trying to get the best story out there? The most unreliable, exciting reporter in this side of the ocean? My guy, big news. Okay, bro. The bearer of big news. I could have sworn pirates were approaching off the shore. But there was something huge and shadowy emerging from the mist behind them. The Thriller Bark monster? But there was something huge and shadowy emerging from the mist behind them. The return of the Thriller Bark monster, ladies and gentlemen. The underwater impelled down. The underwater prison impelled down. I always love when we go down here. Everything just went kaboom after that. Our ship was in ruins before we knew it. We were nothing but fish food. You sure it wasn't a seeking attack? No way, it was shaped like a human. So, what we've got here is somebody's talking about pirates approaching off the shore. Then you've got the continuation that says there's something huge and shadowy emerging from the mist behind them. Then we're going to impel down, and they're talking about their ship being in ruins before they even knew what was happening. Nothing but fish food. And they're saying it wasn't a seeking, but a human who actually laid waste to their ship. So are these two things connected? Is this a shipyard? Bro, I've read Water 7 many, many times. Is that the shipyard in Water 7? I don't know. I don't know, man. Don't tell me you were in the infamous waters of the Florian Triangle. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Don't tell me you were in the infamous waters of the Florian Triangle. We're getting it, y'all. Fat chance we don't fish near that region. Everyone knows to avoid it. Anyways, that monstrous thing was definitely human-like. Hello? That monstrous thing was definitely human-like. Next page. Are we still live? Are we still live? I'm already sweating. I'm already sweating, bro. Yo, we're talking about the Florian Triangle, the big shadow monster. What are we cooking, bro? What are we cooking, man? Oh, still live. Good. Good. Yeah, this sailor guy is pretty cool, man. Look at his cigar, bro, and the hat. My boy's straight out of Jojoli, and he has the Mr. Krabs anchor on his anchor tattoo too. This man, human version of Mr. Krabs right here. And he's got the Recon mustache. God bless him. During this period, a rumor began to circulate. Is that a warship? That thing is huge. Oh, it's going to belong to the Giants. Is that Silhouette Herald? That thing is huge. During this period, a rumor began to circulate among the Grand Line countries. They said a monster lurked deep in the foggy seas, targeting pirate crews. Oh! So is this carrying off of what happened at the end of last chapter? When Harold went to Marineford, took off the horns, and was like, bro, I will do anything for my people to be able to be together with the other individuals in the world. So at this point, he's probably working for the WG, sinking pirate ships, and that might be where this rumor is coming from. Is Harold going in and actually going on this, like, pirate scavenger hunt and just hunting a bunch of these individuals? That would actually make a lot of sense and would tie into last chapter. Because that's got to be Harold. I mean, just look at that silhouette. It is Harold. The identity of that monster was none other than Harold. And we see him come down slicing this ship in half, dude. Like he's Seraphim Mihawk. The S-Hawk, I should say. Few who sailed those waters had ever seen a giant with their own eyes. So to them, he was nothing less than the very embodiment of fear. So, like, he is the representation of giants now in their minds. Which is so interesting because this is exactly what he wanted to avoid, right? This is what Harold was trying to avoid. He didn't want giants to be seen as like these individuals who were nothing but violent and to be feared. And in actuality, in order to protect his future generations, he had to turn into that monster again. How interesting is that, man? Harold, what a fascinating character. What a fascinating character. He had to turn into the monster once again in order to protect the future of his generations. To turn into the one thing that he did not want to represent the giants. Again, it was his fault why giants were seen this way for a very long time to begin with. And now it's that way again, but now it's for a different purpose. He's looking out for the future. He's looking out for what could happen in the next generation, the generation beyond that. Man, turning himself into a monster for the sake of the future. And you see what was clearly left behind by the horns, bro. Few who sailed those waters had ever seen a giant with their own eyes, so to them he was nothing less than the very embodiment of fear. Harold now worked in the shadows to back up the Navy as part of his atonement for the last 1,000 years of history. He was working in the shadows to back up the Navy as part of his atonement. Now listen to this, man. That verbiage to me is so fascinating because we know what Zunisha's doing. Zunisha has been on this mission for the last 1,000 years to atone for whatever sin Zunisha did in the Void Century. That the Zunisha still lives with today. So we know that there's someone still alive today who is carrying the weight of atonement over a 1,000-year period. And I think that's so interesting to view it through a herald who's looking at this through the eyes of his ancestors. Like, he himself may not have lived it, but he's trying to atone for all that they did. Which is just fascinating to think of in parallel with the Zunisha stuff. Are we still live? Good. Thank you, Akash Panda. Thank you, Super. I appreciate y'all. Exactly, Mugsby. That is interesting. A very fascinating, specific 1,000 years of history. Like, as if pre-1,000 years ago, the giants were different or something. Like, something changed in them during that 1,000, because even within this arc, we've heard of the lab that was from 3,000 years ago, right? And when the mural, we saw our first look into the old world, the world from 3,000 years ago. So it's like, I wonder how the giants must have changed from 3,000 years ago to the Void Century, now to the present day. And we kind of have an idea of how they've changed from the Void Century until today, in that 1,000 year period. What about the period between 3,000 to 1,000? That's fascinating to me. Anyways, meanwhile, Kaido! Yo, you just can't randomly drop a Kaido in. Bro, look at my boy's mustache, man. Look at my guy. Meanwhile, the pirates who had gone their separate ways after God Valley. And you've got Hyakuju no Kaido. You've got my boy Whitebeard, Edward Newgate. And Charlotte Lin on the left. Yo, Big Mom looking crazy. Continue to rise in prominence, and over the next decade or so, each of them would peak to become a defining face of their generation. Like, come on, man. Come on. Let me read the narration one more time. Each of them would peak to become a defining face of their generation. How awesome is that narration? Because it's true. They all became emperors, man. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. And we understand just how much the God Valley incident impacted each and every single one of these individuals. Oh, snap. And now we're even getting a look into Wang Zi and Shiki. Most of these pirates simply clashed over territory. Specifically over territory. And we know how Big Mom and Whitebeard had their clashes over territory. We saw that within Fishman Island. However, one crew broke through all the others. Roger! Come on, man. However, one crew broke through all the others and achieved a feat. A feat. Yo, man. Achieved a feat. F-E-A-T. 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 And achieved a feat long believed impossible. They circumnavigated the entire world. And we see the Oro Jackson in all of its glory, bro. And we got Roger Shanks. Shanks. We got Buggy. We got Garling's kid and Rox's kid. That's all I know. That's all I know, man. Look at them. Roger, Rayleigh, Gabon, the boys, Crocus. Come on, man. And you got Big Shanks with a straw hat and Buggy, bro. I mean, come on, man. They were hailed as the crew of the King of the Pirates, Gold Roger. It sounded like I was doing the narration for the for the Funimation version of the series. But the public execution of the captured Pirate King was meant to serve as a spectacle, a display of the world government's power. However, we're going even into Roger's execution here. A display of the world government's power. Are we still live? Are we still live? Buggy is doing the Nika dance. Good catch. Good catch. Excuse me. Dum da 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 dum da da da. Thank you, Akash Panda. I appreciate you. That is awesome. That is actually awesome. The world. Oh yeah, we got Loketown right here. As he gets executed, what starts the series, the world was plunged into even greater turmoil as countless souls set out in pursuit of the vast treasure Roger left behind. Bro. And we have once again, it always gives me goosebumps when the series name drops its own title, man. In pursuit of the vast treasure Roger left behind. The One Piece. Come on, man. Come on, dude. No one had anticipated the advent of the Great Pirate Era. Yo, the narrator's getting paid! Navy headquarters found itself caught off guard. As a result, more than 10 giants were drafted into the Marines from all over the world. Yeah, and that's the connection. And then, of course, we know how in Elbaf, the Marines were already starting to get into Elbaf as far back as when Big Mom was a child, right? With what was going on with their mother Caramel. But now, for certain, after this Herald stuff, giants were starting to become recruited by the Marines. In an effort to consolidate strength, during this stretch of time, Herald waited on the Navy hand and foot. The Holy Land. He's an ancient giant. Do you see how huge he was? Herald, I want to make him my slave. And that very year, he was finally granted formal permission to visit the Holy Land. The Room of the Elders. A shallow sea contract. And it is Herald, bro. Oh my god, man. Workery, that is correct. Is it just me or is his mustache even bigger? Bro, look how hefty my man's mustache is here. Yo, his mustache was clean. Look at this thing. Wow. Hefty stash, bro. That thing is crazy. Regardless, we got my boy Herald. Consider yourself the right hand of the gods. Oh, they gave him the title of right hand of the Holy Knights, bro. And they even gave him the mark. Is that the mark? Why is it X marks the spot? What does that mean? Dude! You can't tell me the mark of these dudes is X marks the spot! You don't get more piratey than that! But I'm saying, I understand that we've seen it before. But it's like clicking the way the Herald is showing it. It's bro, it looks like an X. It looks like an X more than it does the WG's cross. Now I'm really curious. I've never really looked at it that way. Like, if you turn the WG's thing on the side, one could say it looks like a skull and crossbones without the skull. Anyways. We'll get back to that.
I don't know what, bro. This looks, it really does look like a pirate mark here on Harold's arm. Like I said, I know we've seen this thing in the past. I know we saw it with the initial introduction with the Holy Knights. I remember we saw it on Summer's arm. But right here, it really looks like an X marks the spot, dude. And that is crazy lore implications for what happened back then. God, Steel. Wasn't that Gunko's title? So was Gunko promoted, and that's what Gunko's the right hand of Emu? Harold ended up taking Gunko's spot? It is a great honor. There are 3 levels of contract. Here it is. So the contract for this mark is a shallow sea contract, and we know that all of the Holy Knights have this. The shallow sea contract is a more minor pact, and the deep sea and deep sea and deep sea contracts, the Supermax apparently, are reserved for those who are to be bound fully to the true God. That is crazy lore implications. Now those are crazy lore implications. Only 13 individuals, Organization 13. Kingdom Hearts. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. You're Xehanort. We're Xehanort. We're all Xehanort. Yo, we are Kingdom Heartsing this. Only 13 individuals in the entire world receive that privilege. Dude. Bro. We got Organization 13 up in here, man. So that's what they call their contracts. Deep sea and deep sea contracts for the Mark of the Abyss. It's for those bound fully to the true God. That is so interesting, bro. That is fascinating. And there's only 13 individuals in the entire world who receive that privilege. What do you mean by God in quotation marks? You will only come to know the greatest depths of this world on the day you become a full knight of... Bro, what does that mean? What does that mean? That is spooky. You will only come to know the greatest depths of this world on the day you become a full knight of God, bro. What a line by Ethan V, brother. Could Elbaf become a member nation then? That's the only thing on Harold's mind. The only thing on Harold's mind. And we have St. J. Garcia Saturn, naturally Harold. At that point, the entire world would be clamoring to welcome you. I'm grateful for this opportunity to prove myself. They are scamming my brother in cold blood. It's like, bro, you know what it is? It's like you're trying to stop one of your close friends from opening a clear phishing email. Clear as day. But they're like, you know what, man? I want to click on this because there's a good chance, or not a good chance, there is like a 5% chance it could be true. And Harold is climbing onto that phishing email on the 5% chance it could be true. And he's just getting scammed for all that he's got, man. And we have to witness it, and there's nothing we can do about it. The brother has to sell every part of it, man. I'm grateful for this opportunity to prove myself. The Moon Man? Look at the hair. And he's rocking the chin badger. The man from the moon. Bro, look at the crescent moon, dude. Yo. Look at this in the background. This looks a lot like the world capital in Elden Ring, man. Y'all know in Elden Ring when you go to the main royal capital, look at the way that these staircases go. It reminds me so much of the royal capital in Elden Ring. It looks so cool. Like from this angle. It looks really, really, really cool. The Knight's Temple, Shangara. Shangara? 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 Shandora? Shangara? Shandora? Shangara? Shandora? The Knight's Temple, Shangara, the domain of the gods. That's what both of them are. Both Shandora and Shangara. What are we cooking? What is the Great One planning? The Great One. If you smell. Captain of the Knights of God, Figurland family, Saint Garling. And we've got Summers here. Shamrock! It's living Shamrock, dude. You're gonna obey us even though you're a king of Elbaf? Of course, just say the word. Bro, we've got Shamrock, Summers, Garling, and Harold. Are we still live? Bro, crazy stuff, man. Shangara, Shandora. And both of them are called similar things, man. The domain of the gods, bro. We'll keep a long-distance transponder snail on hand and call if we have need of you. You'll be free to travel the surface world, but you are forbidden to speak of our dealings. Understood. That is so interesting. Garling's like, I don't care what you do, but you are forbidden to speak about certain things. It's like if all these individuals are part of a Freemason cult or something. Like, this is crazy stuff, dude. Like, the individuals who go into, as SpongeBob would call it, the Free Neighbor Lodge. No, I'm sorry, it was the Good Neighbor Lodge. It's like what happens in the Good Neighbor Lodge cannot leave the Good Neighbor Lodge. Like, bro, that is crazy. But it's so on brand for the concept of the Holy Knights, bro. 20 years ago, Fishman Island. 20 years ago. Ho ho ho. But I haven't laughed this hard in a long time, Neptune. My boy Harold having a good old drink with my dog Neptune. Me too, pal Hamon. We both have our fair share of headaches, don't we? To be honest, I don't think your son is that bad deep down. Oh, Harold was probably venting about Loki. Let's not forget what your youth was like. Well, when you put it like that. I'm just being brutally honest. Anyway, did I tell you a fortune teller predicted I'd have a daughter in 4 years, Hamon? When the time is right. Why don't we betroth Loki to my future daughter? Little did they know, he would actually fall in love with Lola, which I'm still fascinated in finding out what happened there. But now you're going too far. Cut it out. Hey, don't write her off so fast. She's not going to be just any old mermaid. My daughter... Are we still live? Are we still live? We're good. I think we're good. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. My daughter might well be born with a power no one else could ever hope to handle, Hamon. That seeking, bro. That seeking energy, man. Well, now, that does sound like a perfect match. Let's have a toast. Oh, Tohime, bro. The legend. Well, no. It does sound like a perfect match. Let's have a toast. Here's to the futures of my mischievous troublemaker and your little Mosa. last few weeks, I've been like, who is Mosa? You know, ever since that chapter dropped, and we've been talking about it. I mean, character after character after character. And going into the Loki flashback, I was like, bro, all of us together in our live streams, Mosa could be this person, Mosa could be this person. What in the flying flagner? Are they implying that Mosa is Shirahoshi? But how does that even make any sense? But at the same time, it does make sense. So wait. All of the characters that Emu cut within chapter 908, Blackbeard, Luffy, and Shirahoshi. You know, we know all the connections that all three of them, we thought all of the connections they had. But if Shirahoshi is Mosa, and Mosa, of course, What the, bro, this is crazy. What are we cooking? What are we cooking? I don't know what to say. Like, that is so out of left field, but also is like, expands what's possible for what's about to take place when we get back to the present. Because if Shirahoshi is Mosa, what does that mean for the future of Elbaf? What does that mean for what's about to happen when we get back to the present? Shirahoshi, Neptune, who the Flag Lords is Mosa? But either way, someone is connected from Fishman Island to Loki. Don't call her that. She won't be Shaggy. And we've seen how that line has been utilized, especially in the Viz translation. Mosa, and Shaggy. I mean, right there for all of us to see. Clear as day. Mosa. Yo, this is crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Bro, we've had a lot of like mind-bending moments this year. This is up there, dude. This is up there. Shirahoshi? Here's the futures of my mischievous troublemaker and your little Mosa. Don't call her that. She won't be Shaggy. What in the world? Yo! Oh no, what are we cooking? Bro, oh man. And the thing is, like, all I want is to go back to the present, but this flashback is so good, it's, I don't know if I want to. But bro, I really do want to, man. I need payoff to this. What does that mean? All right, we gotta continue the chapter, man. I don't even know if I'm still alive. I think I'm still alive. It shows a green bar there. I hope I'm still alive. Oh my goodness, man. That same year, Owl Library Elbaf. Don't mention it. You're welcome to live freely here, Saul. Oh, that's right, because this is 20 years ago. It's right after the O'Hara incident. Thanks a bunch. Actually, there's one thing I'd like to ask. What is it? Ripley! Believe it or not. If we get other learned folks on Elbaf to help, would you be willing to open a school here? And that, of course, connects into the present day. A school, huh? That's a nice idea. That's actually really emotional considering what's happening right now in the present. And I love this panel. I love this panel right here in the middle. It actually reminds me of the panel that we got of Joy Boy in whenever he was with Emeth. Whenever Joy Boy was like had his arms like open in the air. Like that. 15 years ago, a major incident occurred at the Holy Land of Marijoa. 15 years ago, a major incident occurred at the Holy Land of Marijoa. My slaves are running away. The cells are broken. Hurry, or do you want to be their pet forever? Fisher Tiger! You! Oh, we're getting into it. Oh, we're getting into it. My camera, my tripod. My tripod's dead. I think we're good. I think we're alright. I think we're good. Okay, anyways. Bro, Fisher Tiger, dude. Holy flaggers. So in the same chapter, we got Mosa, and Otohime, and Neptune. Of course. Fisher Tiger. That's right, because 15 years ago he did break. It's time we're going to see Hancock. So we got Fisher Tiger. Oh my goodness. Who the flip? Bro, he's running up to someone, and this person's... Bro, this dude has the silhouette like Lady Maria from Bloodborne. Look at that stance. That is a Lady Maria stance from Bloodborne. I don't know if y'all play Bloodborne. Bro, look at the stance. Dang it, is that a God's Knight? That sword. And the hair, is that Shamrock? We see a clash. Hits him. Fisher Tiger goes forward. Listen, the armory will be left unlocked for you. Listen, the armory will be left unlocked for you. I'll tell you the location. Breaks the chains. Breaks the chains. I thought he like nailed him right in the chest. So is this not Shamrock? I'll tell you the location. But what the flag noise is going on? I don't know what's going on. Who is this dude? Listen, the army will be left unlocked for you. I'll tell you the location. And he clearly opens up his hand right here. Bro, look at the hair, bro. Like, that is clearly Shamrock. No! Oh no! I just remembered! Shanks beats Harold in the Holy Land! Oh, that's Shanks! That's Shanks! Bro, that's Shanks! Oh. Wait, bro. Wait a minute. I'll tell you the location. I'm getting out of my chair. Okay, I'll tell you the location. We see massive explosions. I don't even care if I'm live, bro. It doesn't even matter anymore. Gunpowder. Hurry, big sis. Hancock. Sandra Sonia. There's someone out there. Fisher Tiger, he came in. Someone fighting to free us from this hell, bro, and we're seeing it in 4K. The suffering that Hancock and her sisters had to go through. Koala! Hurry, Koala, you have to run! This attack on the Holy Land was carried out by Fisher Tiger. And in the wake of this incident,
the wake of this incident, he would go on to become captain of the Sun Pirates. Come on, man. Come on! He would go on to become captain of the Sun Pirates. Sounds like it was pretty rough. Bro, I gotta know if that was Shanks, bro. I gotta know. Sounds like it was pretty rough. They say someone with the government must have left the armory open for them. Now it's up to us to find the culprit. I can't wait to execute them. There's someone I want to introduce you to, Harold. His name is Shanks. Big Goat Man Shanks. So this must be when Shanks went back. My glasses. This must be when Shanks went back to the Holy Land and so I thought he was just sneaking around and doing his thing because we knew that he came back. That's what we saw at the beginning of this flashback. But Garling knew he was there. He just didn't know what Shanks was plotting. There's someone I want to introduce you to, Harold. His name is Shanks. I can't believe what I'm reading. He's Shamrock's younger brother. They were separated a long time ago due to circumstances. He suffered many hardships in the surface world. If he were to form a deep sea contract, I believe he'd make a great asset on par with Shamrock. I believe he'd make a great asset on par with Shamrock. Are we power scaling there, Mr. Garling? Are you trying to say something with that line, Mr. Garling? Are you power scaling, Mr. Garling? I know it's almost top 30 season. Are you trying to set a flame within the fire of the One Piece anime community? What do you mean by that, Mr. Garling? I believe he'd make a great asset on par with Shamrock. For the time being, however, he's been given the rank of God Steel. This dude rated to right hand! Just like you. I know I said the same thing when I first met... bro. I know I said the same thing when I first met Shamrock too, but I can't shake the feeling that I've met you before. I don't know what you're talking about. You're just some giant commoner from the surface. Man. So this is how my boy had to act. Don't act so familiar with me. I was blessed from birth with Figurlin blood in my veins. Have no doubt, I'm going to become a god knight. I'm going to become a knight of God before you. And this is coming from Shanks, man. Guess I mistook you for someone else. And Shanks looks away. Look at the two goats! Bro! Yo! So for sure then, now that I see that Shamrock has long hair right here as well, the dude who most certainly set Fisher Tiger free was Shanks. So even under the surveillance of the rest of the Holy Knights, of Emu, of everyone here, he was still doing good. He still helped Fisher Tiger set everyone free. Come on, man. You don't call my boy the Rat King. He ain't no rat. My boy is him. My boy is him. He always has been him. Akagami no Shanksu. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on, Shamrock. I wish to deepen my knowledge of the Holy Land. Look at them, bro. Look at how fire they look. Look at the rows of the Versali's clothes. And I shall apprehend that traitor to claim the credit I deserve. Are there any leads? I love how Shanks is saying that because he's the traitor. I can wait till your wounds are fully healed, Shanks. You cannot fathom the anguish of having the last 24 years of your life wasted. Wow. Wow. No wonder the rest of the world seems so alien to me. God Steel... Oh, bro, look at how fire both of them look. Oh my god. God Steel Devotee. Figurlin family. Saint Shanks. Saint Shanks. Knight of God Figurlin family. Saint Shamrock. Brother. I hated everything down there. And Harold's looking back like, this guy's capping. He's capping, bro. He's doing nothing but capping. Shanks. Holy sweet mother of black hearts. What? What is this flashback, dude? We got Shanks in the Holy Land content. I wasn't expecting to see this until we got into Shanks and Shamrock's flashback and like somewhere in the future. Dude. So now for certain it was Shanks that helped Fisher Tiger escape. Oh, that's so good. Oh. Come on, man. Hancock. Koala, like, come on, brother. Fisher Tiger, bro. That same year, the fishing village on Elbaf. Ah, I need air. I need air. Yo, Shanks. It's no good. My medical knowledge is too limited. Now I see what you meant, Super, by Recon Corps, bro. It was a Shanks chapter. Oh, God. It's no good. My medical knowledge is too limited. Let's call Harold and see if he can get us in touch with a more skilled doctor. Don't, he's got a lot on his plate now. What's the point of fostering a network with the world government if we don't use it? I can recover on my own when we see Ida. You keep saying that, but you're getting weaker by the day. You have to get better, Harold. We'll be heartbroken if you don't, you know? Motto, keep the tavern open. No way, how can I when you're this sick, Ida? Oh, man. Whenever Harold's home, he always goes straight to the elders and begs them to allow you two to legally marry. That fool, he knows I'm happy with my tavern. I enjoy befriending sailors from all over the world. It may not be much, but I feel like I'm helping Harold by doing that. Yo, man, she might have the kindest heart in the verse, bro. Hey, foreign hag. Loki. Cook up this meat for the old hag, will ya? The tavern's my main hangout spot. I want her to reopen it. Good grief. That troublemaker has grown out of hand. Hadruddin. I'm glad you've been able to keep him in line. Even with Hadruddin and his friends away, looking for a doctor, your boys really love you. We see Rodo, Gerd. Everyone's blowing this out of proportion. I'll be fine. But it does make me smile. Ida, man. Double spread. Elbaf Alcohol Village, hometown of Loki's birth mother. Huh? What'd you say? Hope I didn't break these. We were talking about how utterly unbearable it'd be to let that foreign bee worm her way into the royal family. Good lord. You're with us, right, Loki? We're Estrid's relatives. She was Harold's true wife. We can't let anyone have a claim on our inheritance. That's why I slipped her a dose of poison. They did not. They poisoned Ida? The kindest soul in the verse? This stuff is fatal. Her days are numbered. Oh, Loki, please. Send this dude back into the anime.
The way Luffy sent Charlos back to the manga.
Mato, we can't hold off on Reading Herald anymore. On it. We may not be related by blood. Oh, he's talking about Loki. But I see him the same way I do, Hadruddin. Loki is still my cute little son. Oh, Loki. Hey. Oh, Loki! Ida isn't really gonna die, right? Oh, he pwned them all! Loki! Loki! Come on, man! Come on! Yes! Screw those Flagnards! I saw my birth mother, she hated me. She threw me into the realm of the dead because of flying Flagnards about inheritance. Your whole family is nothing but trash. Talk to that Flagnard, Loki. Now answer. Ida won't actually die, right? She's... I bet you must get pretty lonely, right, Loki? Wouldn't it be better to stay with us? The only mother I've ever known. The rage of a son. The rage of Loki. And that's the end of the chapter. No break. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Loki greatness. Ida greatness. Shanks and Fisher Tiger greatness. And in the midst of that, Mosa greatness. Oh, yo, man, this flashback is dangerous. It's too good. It's too good, dude. Yo. Loki. My guy. My boy, bro.
You were definitely right, Subra. Most certainly Recon Core, man.
Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Yo, somebody just told me to go back and check on Shanks's face. Right, because the bandages. And the bandages are over the eye that Blackbeard cut. Oh, snap, what are we cooking? What are we cooking? Blackbeard cut Shanks before all of that happened. Oh, shoot. Dang. Yo.
So I have to wonder what must have happened after Roger's execution.
where Blackbeard then came across Shanks, and then the two of them proceeded to have a scuffle that ended up with Shanks losing, or not losing, but having that scar on his eye. I wonder what must have happened. And if it led to the decision of Shanks going back to his home, maybe Blackbeard was the one that broke the news to him. And I know we've talked about Roger potentially being the one who broke the news to Shanks, that of where he comes from in his lineage. Maybe he might have been in that scuffle with Blackbeard where we found out about, his family lineage and stuff. And that for sure, I know Oda's not going to show us that until they box. We're not seeing that until Shanks and Blackbeard box. That's for sure. Bro, we got a Mosa. I still can't get over that. Shanks and Shamrock content, bro. This flashback is nuts. And to end it off with Loki in an emotional outburst. Such a powerful moment, man. Dude, I love Loki, bro. Like, that man is going down as one of my favorite One Piece characters, bro. He is so good. Like, so good, man. My guy. That's my guy. Alright, y'all. Let's start reading some supers before. But by the way, my internet didn't go out right. Did we witness the entire thing together? Bro, I kind of forgot about it halfway through it. The moment that we started seeing the Shanks and Fisher Tiger stuff, I forgot about the internet stuff. So I hope that it didn't lag out at any point, because I forgot about it, all of that. That stuff was too good. It was too good, man. Exactly, Poke Killer. Like, it's fresh. He's still bandaged up. Good. Appreciate you, Ashman. Thank you so much. Oh man, dude. Oh, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Live all the way. Good. Yeah, no, I was worried about it. Because I completely forgot. I completely forgot. Oh, man. So we cut over. Mattias Cerulli joins the Kingdom of Santa Hats. All love to you, Mattias Cerulli. Thank you so much for the membership. Akash Panda then comes in with the 2 and says, please check my breakdown of the emu contracts on Discord. I got you, brother. Where in the world is my phone? Did I launch it? Did I launch my phone? I probably did. It must have been when Fisher Tiger showed up. Let me see. God's Steel Blade is a step below God's Knights. Here are the 3 tiers of contract that I see at Tier 1. Title, God's Steel/Blade. Contract, Shallow Sea. Powers, question, number, question. Members, Goonko, 38 years ago. Herald, 24 years ago. Shanks, 15 years ago. No knowledge of Emu. Tier 2. Title, God's Knight. Contract, Deep Sea. Powers, Regeneration. The Circles, Telepathy with Emu possession. Number, 8. 1 captain with Supreme Commander. Members, Garling, previously, Maffy, Summers, Killingham, Gunko present, Shamrock. Note, no Emu, call him the Great One. Tier 3. Title, Elder. Deep Sea contract. Regeneration, the Circles, Telepathy, Agelessness, Tremendous Hockey, Awakened Mythical Zones, and the Emu stuff and the transformation. Number 5, the Elders. Note, no Emu, call him Emu Sama. So, that's actually a great breakdown. A great breakdown. That would actually explain why they told Herald what they did when moving up to God's Knights and learning about the quote-unquote depths of the world. That actually is really interesting. Really, really interesting. So, let me see. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, Fisher Tiger had my phone because I completely forgot about that. But that is a great breakdown. A great breakdown. I'm definitely gonna keep this in mind. It actually separates it really well too. Thank you, Akash Panda. Mugsby comes in with a 20 and says, when Mosa called Loki before the flashback and said it was the last time they would talk, Loki said, is that thing happening again? Or something to that effect? He must be referring to Vanderdecken 11 throwing weapons. No way. Or Vanderdecken the 9th, I meant. The 9th. Throwing weapons. There's no way, Mugsby. Mugsby, there is no way. Not only does that make sense, but that is actually insane. If you're spitting on that, I love that. I truly love that. Is that thing happening again? Referring to Vanderdecken the 9th throwing the weapons. And we know with the connection to Flying Dutchman, Davy Jones is on Oda's mind. You are cooking, Mugsby. You are cooking. I love that. I truly love that. That is good stuff. That is good stuff. Thank you, Mugsby. Appreciate you. Elder Vault comes in with a 10 and says, Mosa will give herself up to a celestial for the sake of her people, just like her mother. What celestial? Saint Saturn, Devon could snatch Poseidon up to teach without a fight, just by pretending? Most certainly. Now, Elder Vault. I don't want that to be the case. But we know that an individual sporting a straw hat will destroy the Fishman Island. We know that is going to happen. That is guaranteed to happen. So if all of that leads to that, then it is a potential possibility. But whether it's Emu coming in with a giant straw hat, or Luffy doing so, either way, someone with a straw hat is going to destroy Fishman Island, and it may just connect to what you're theorizing here. So that would be nuts, Elder Vault. That would be nuts, and I don't want Shirahoshi to go through that. So I suppose we'll see what's going to happen there. Man, that would be so tragic, dude. Otohime style. That would really be tragic. Like, really be tragic. Yeah, exactly, Mugsby. Like, he would know that Luffy already stopped that. I think it could be her seeking powers activating consciously. Good point, Brandon King. Akbar J comes in with the 50k and says, hot take, I still don't believe Mosa is confirmed Shirahoshi. Mosa could be from Ryugu, though. I must concur. Gotta wait for the official TL, and I get it. 100% get it. I think Mosa is guaranteed to be someone from Fishman, connected to Fishman Island for sure. I love the Shirahoshi idea, especially with the connection to Chapter 908. I think the connection to Chapter 908 is really what sells it to me. Like the important figures of Luffy, Blackbeard, and Shirahoshi, and obviously BB, all connected to Emu, is to me what allows all of that to sing the way that it does. And I think it actually is brilliant. Then Matthias Cerulli comes in with a 2 hundos. Thank you, Akbar J, once again. And says, Coach, if you ever read Blue Giant, I just finished the first volume and you can simply feel the passion important to every page. I think I've read as far as you have. The first volume. I read it a couple years ago. I loved it. I was reading it at Books A Million. I sat down and I loved the first... I don't remember if I finished it. But I loved whatever it was that I read. But around that same time, I also got into Urasawa's new series, also through the volumes. It's slipping my mind right now. It's the Kaiju one. But I absolutely love it. But anyways, I started reading that as well.
And then I got locked in on that. But when I get an opportunity, I have to go back and read Blue Giant and finish it. Because I was loving that first volume. And like you said, you can really feel the passion through the pages. It was a great read. Thank you for reminding me of it. Because I honestly forgot about it until you brought it up. Thank you for reminding me of it. That really was great. With the... Yeah, I got to get back on that. Appreciate you, Maddie. Really, thank you so much for that. Then Akash Panda comes in with a 2 and says, he's not a rat, he's a mole. Not Remy, he's Rufus. Rufus. I love that. I love that, man. I gotta have that Kim Possible theme on. You know what I'm saying? He's not Remy, he's Rufus, bro. That's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. Hey, man. Listen. Oda's a chef. We know Oda's Emu. Emu's is known as the king of the rats. Emu's Remy. You know? Confirmed. I love to you, Akash Panda. Speed comes in with a 2 and says this chapter is Oda doing the Jordan shrug. 100%. I mean, it was 3 after 3 after 3 and then just hitting them. Well, I mean, you know. It's just me doing this thing. It's just me doing my thing. You feel me? Definitely. Most definitely, you should speak. Most definitely. Akash Panda comes in with the 2 and says Shanks got bandages from his encounter with Blackbeard. That's what we were talking about, like, and I appreciate y'all for bringing it up. Because I was just so locked in to the fact that we were actually seeing Shanks and Shamrock. I didn't even bother to think about the bandages and the significance behind that. Like, bro, this was right. This is fresh from his encounter with Blackbeard, which is so interesting. And it makes me really want to know what Blackbeard told Shanks that led him back there upon that happening. And it's like Shanks knows, or I'm sorry, Blackbeard knows. He knows Shanks better than anyone right now. A lot of people don't know this part about Shanks. Only like the highest of the elders know this part of Shanks. But Blackbeard knows. At this point, what doesn't Blackbeard know? Especially when he has Caribou on his team. All up to you, Akash Panda. Lexi the Sunflower comes in with the 5K and says, last year I really thought the Kuma Flashback was going to be the best in the series with the voice entry, but here we are, it's not over yet. I feel you. I felt the same way. I was like, we are not surpassing the Kuma Flashback. And yet we're here, and this is without a doubt. Not only just my favorite flashback in the series, but it's like one of the greatest stretches of chapters in the series for sure as well. It's just been sensational. Couldn't agree more, Lexi. Thank you so much for that. And like you said, it's not even over yet. This week's chapter proved that. We are not even close to being over yet. Like, come on, man. Yeah, Asadora. Thank you. Asadora. The greatness. Yeah, that was Asadora. Thank you. No Straw Hat with Shanks either? Yo, that's a good point. That's a good point, man. What happened to the Straw Hat? What did he do with the Straw Hat, Akash Panda? It's a good point. I think he already formed his crew, right? Around this point? That his crew was either fully formed, or not fully, but starting to be formed, and or he was about to form it. Sura comes in with the 40, says check Discord and all 5 images, theories, and art. Let's see.
The D Clan and the Celestial Dragons. Shanks, light and darkness. Blackbeard, dark and lightness. Interesting. The Sun, D Clan, Sun, lightness. Protect the light, poneglyphs. Bring the light, Joyboy / Nika. Oppose the darkness, Revolutionary Army. Celestial Dragons. The darkness, the devils. Erase the light, the poneglyphs. Erase Nika / Joyboy. Oppose the lightness, Holy Knights. That is fascinating. Shanks and Shamrock both are moles and they are changing places. That's interesting. How did Shanks reach the Holy Land on his way to Kaido? What if it was Shamrock? Bro. Yo, telling you, if Shamrock ends up being a good dude, we're looking at two Figureland family members in my top 10 favorite One Piece characters. Ooh. I love this comment you sent me so much, Subra. This individual here, Monarch, cooked so hard. I need to read this out verbatim. A very interesting detail in One Piece 1167 is that Shanks wears a closed chest fit, symbolizing him keeping a secret / lying. Meanwhile, Shamrock, who is opening up to his long-lost brother, wears an open chest fit. But when Shanks finally leaves the Holy Land, he switches to an open chest fit, symbolizing him finally being free of the lies. Similarly, Shamrock switches to a closed chest fit, symbolizing him closing his heart and emotions for his brother. Oda using these subtle details will never cease to amaze me. It's incredible. That is incredible, man. I love that. That is good stuff. In the earliest sketches of One Piece, we're introduced to the first leader of the Knights, a man named Seeger Victorland. Shanks later takes his position 3 years after a war. Figureland Shanks being part of the Holy Knights was always the plan. It was always planned. Also, Eye Patch King. Yeah, in the early sketches of One Piece. That is interesting. The Knight leader was Shanks. That is nuts to me. It was always planned, man. Oh, look at that colored art. That looks so sick. Shamrock and Shanks. I gotta save that. And the timeline. Fisher Tiger leaves on a long journey, gets enslaved for several years and escapes. Tiger comes back and warns Neptune he will return to free the slaves. Tiger supposedly climbs the Red Line to get into Mighty Jaw as an undercover slave where he got captured purposefully, and the climb was made up to hide his shame as a slave. Tiger frees some slaves and tries to escape. He seems to be familiar with the Holy Land. He recognizes Holy Knights. Gets help from a mysterious someone. Uses weaponry to free more slaves, such as the Boa Sisters and Koala. Formation of the Sun Pirates. Makes sense. Shanks had to set the stage for Joy Boy, a bridge between Roger and Luffy. He gave up his own dreams and acted as a double agent to pull it off. Very interesting direction for his character. He's the greatest. Shout out to my boy Shanks, man. Thank you, Super, for sending me those. A lot of great stuff there. And then Mugsby comes in with a 20 and says, and it goes deeper with Vanderdecken. During the Otohime flashback, Vander said his ancestor, the first Decan, was after Poseidon. That with the legend of Davy Jones going crazy and throwing people overboard. Davy D. Jones. Ever since the Davy Jones thing started coming into prominence, I've loved this idea. I just love this idea. I really do, man. I love the idea of the connection between Vanderdecken, the Flying Dutchman, and Davy D. Jones. I just love the idea. Let the man cook. Let Mugsby cook. Because we very well, when we get to the Void Century, may see that connection probably goes really, really deep. Really, really deep. Who knows how deep? Vanderdecken the First, man. Oh, the character that you probably are. Man. That's it. Bro, my mind... Thank you once again, Mugsby.
My mind is still back in this Mosa comment, bro. That joke was crazy. That stuff was insane. I can see Oda ending the flashback next chapter. I don't think it's ending next chapter. I'm going to give it till the end of the year. I think similar to the Kuma flashback, we end the year on the flashback ending and the first chapter of next year. Officially the first chapter of next year. And the final chapter of this year for us who read the non-officials, as you guys, I guess you could say. I think the final chapter this year we go back to the present. So I think we get a few more chapters in the flashback, and then we go back to the present. And when that happens, boy, oh boy, 2026, man, 2026. Whew. Man, oh man. God, man, yo, I am. This chapter legitimately blew my mind. I don't know what I was expecting, but it most certainly wasn't that. I have a dope theory. If Bonnie is 12, then in 3 years the Guinea thing happens. I think either Oda will have Shamrock parallel Shanks' good heart by having him kidnap Guinea or be the dad, or we'll have Shanks continue to be good and we'll have him allow Guinea to escape before she dies. Well, undercover Celestial Dragon. I didn't even think about the writing game. That's a good point, and we actually brought that up back in during the Kuma flashback. But now that you're bringing up this possibility once again, I love the idea of Shanks allowing Guinea to escape as like one of the last things that he does before he leaves this position. And if we come back to that next chapter, number one, if we're already starting to confirm and open up more doors for the theories, that's when a theory has been around for a long time. Is that ever since Shamrock was introduced, about Shamrock being Bonnie's father. So, if Oda just wants to outright confirm that right now, what better time? What better time? Parallel and Blackbeard both had their crews formed while laying low on other groups' ships. Parallel piece? That's factual. It's a good point, actually. Kentucky's hard. Rock's mentioned he was after 2 fruits, one of which would be at its most effective in Harold's hands. Could this be Loki's fruit? Actually, by that verbiage, absolutely. Actually, it makes a lot of sense. I still believe that it was the Yummy Yummy and the Nika fruit, but that actually is a good point. Oda usually ends the year by having the new year chapter be a fresh start. Flashback happens 9 out of 10. It'll end at year end when we start back on Elbaf. I agree. What do you think he could fit for there to be 2 to 3 more chapters though? Harold dies next year and Loki gets chained up. I would say, I think in 2 to 3 chapters Oda can end the flashback, because we're already striking at the emotional core of the flashback with the end of last chapter and the end of this chapter. So if we just continue to stay just on the Loki and Harold stuff, we can easily end this in 2 to 3 more chapters, with us getting the big emotional gut punch right there at the very end of the chapter before we go back into the present, because that we have to circle back to where we initially started, which was that Domi Reversi scene, right as Loki runs up to see what happened to his father. So all of this is leading back to that. It's just going to allow us way more context into what led up to that moment, which is what we've gotten from all this. Yeah, none of us expected any of this, bro. These two being the 2 sovereigns also makes sense because the Sea Kings mentioned that only they can fix the no. And that could be the frozen Gaia giants, which only Harold and Loki controls. Good point. Great point. And after last week's chapter, it's pretty much confirmed that Loki's going to be the one that controls, or quote-unquote controls, that frees them in the future. At least that's the way I took it. I want him to be the reason Bonnie gets to live and Guinea gets to escape But yeah, I know the theory has been around just saying I want one of those things. Oh yeah, me too, Brandon King, absolutely. That would be nuts, Zach. You know how the strides of the X with Vivi that could mean something more moving forward, similar to with Nika's powers. I think the more we learn about this series, and the more we learn about what's going on with this whole X marks the spot stuff, and both the Holy Knights and the Straw Hats, I think we're on pace to get something really crazy in regards to that in the Void Century. I don't know about the X marks the stop the X marks the spot stuff. On from the Holy Knights side, or I'm sorry, opposite. Holy Knights for sure. We're gonna get X marks the spot stuff in the Void Century. I'm almost guaranteed for that. But for the Straw Hats, I don't know if the X is gonna mark the spot or if we're gonna get something else for Joy Boy in the squad. I mean, the D already sort of serves as that, which could be the whole point of this anyway. But I do love that. Super comes in with a 40 and says Shanks planned the slave escape with Rayleigh. Ah, you think both of them planned that together because Rayleigh was trying to help, of course, the individuals from Amazon Lily connected to Shaggy. I think that is actually really interesting. Ah, you're so right. I didn't even think about that connection, Subra. Even if Rayleigh wasn't a part of it, Shanks freeing Hancock and the Boa sisters is connected to the God Valley incident, because what the whole focus of last week's chapter and this week's chapter was is that the God Valley incident has continued to permeate in all aspects of the story. And so without the God Valley incident, the Roger pirates don't meet Shanks. Without the God Valley incident, Shanks doesn't free Hancock and the sisters. And that connection back then to God Valley, right? So that is really interesting whenever you bring it up in that way, for sure. Thank you for that. The panel, the Roger crew hugging each other in this chapter reminded me so much of the Strides hugging in opening 13. Yeah, that one iconic shot with all of them hugging. That's such a great shot too, in one day. Yeah, truly, you're spitting on that. 100%. Quag2 says, another parallel between Loki and Shirahoshi. Loki is an ancient giant who proclaims to be the destroyer of the world, while Shirahoshi is an ancient weapon who has the power to destroy the world. Yeah. One claims, the other one most certainly does. And together, that is a dangerous combo. Gosh, man, I still can't believe this Loki Shirahoshi stuff is real. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? 100%, yeah. Smooth goal. I think that'd be cool too. The crossing of the 4 road poneglyphs is an X marks the spot as well. Yeah, exactly. We have to continue the pirate stuff, Mugs. We just have to. We have to. We're getting to the end game. Hadrian is looking for medical help. We know of a young woman doctor from the Drum Island that's alive back then. Ooh, Hadrian running into Dr. Correa would be awesome. Absolutely. At this point, almost everything does Silver Shot. Guinea was wife number 8. I don't think Shamrock has 8 wives, such a young age, so Shamrock is not the father. That's interesting, chart turn. I didn't even think about it that way. I think it's interesting for the narrative. But you bring up a good point. Hyokoshi just got the first book of Vinland Saga today. Nice. Hope you enjoy it, man. That's a phenomenal manga right there, bro. Percent chance of Shamrock being helping in the end? I'm gonna give it 30%. I'm gonna give 30%. For right now, I'm sticking with Shamrock being on the opposing side, but the more we learn about both Shanks and Shamrock, the more I'd like Shanks or Shamrock to also be a triple agent. I think that'd be awesome. Most certainly. So, I'll give it 30. Shared an order of rocks looking goated, top tier. Check on Discord. One Piece section of the group. Alright, that is an awesome artwork of Rocks. My boy Rocks, man, I miss him. Loki will revive the giants who repaired the Noah, and Shirahoshi guides the Neptunians who carry Noah. I like that. I like that a lot. That goes into the mural too, honestly. Loki will revive the giants who repaired the Noah. And then Shirahoshi's going to guide all of the Neptunians who initially did carry the Noah and will carry it in the future. It's good. I'm curious about Gunko. She only had the title of God. Yeah, I know, right? We haven't seen much Gunko lately. Curious about Gunko. We haven't seen her actually since that one chapter where I made the video on why Gunko's so interesting. Since then, we haven't seen her. But I'm assuming that's because Oda's saving that for later on. And she was serving Emu for 18 years before God Valley, and it's already immortal by that. Why, I wonder why she wasn't a full-fledged Holy Knight. It makes you wonder. It really does make you wonder. Do you think Brooke ever saw Harold destroying pirate ships while sailing the Florian Triangle? That's crazy, bro. When the chapter started, before we knew it was Harold, I really thought we were about to get in a Thriller Bark monster. I was like, good God. Mugsby comes in with a 10 and says, the mist that keeps popping up is sus, man. It swallows up the island of God Valley. It's at Thriller Bark covering giant monsters. And now Harold randomly is hidden by it before attacking pirates. And bro, that mist, man, it's that Persona 4 mist. It's that Persona 4 mist, man. It's spooky out here. It is really spooky out here. On a serious note, I am curious on the connections because they have all been consistent throughout the course of this flashback. Is that mist? It's a great point, honestly. From both of those aspects, the God Valley stuff and the Bark stuff, and like I said, the Herald stuff too. I think it's Emu. I wouldn't put it past you. And if you're right, then that adds a lot more intrigue to that Thriller Bark panel. That's for sure. That's for daggone sure. Thank you, Mugsby. Namer, it's good to see you, brother. How you doing, man? It's been a while. Saving Gunko for her flashback with Brooke. That's what I'm thinking as well. Gunko giving Alabasta origins. I mean, honestly. Mist at Sabuza. And we're going to go to the Swordsman of the Mist. Remember how Thriller Bark starts? Robin brings up the superstition of the barrel, tribute to the god of the sea. Yeah. That is exactly how it started. And then it took us into the misty part that eventually led us to the ship. Yeah, smooth Coca-Cola. I'm like half and half. I want to see it, but my heart's going to hurt when I see it. It really does. Because then I'm going to know it's almost over. Let me tell you, Loki fanboying Rocks flashback is top tier, but I'm now too much hype for Shanks fanboying Roger flashback. The greatest ever, second only to the Void Sentry. I can't wait for that stuff too, man. I'm chilling. Sorry for not being here in a while. Super busy with university and job. No worries, man. No worries. Completely get it. By the way, for people who doubt Shirahoshi being Mosa because of speaking patterns, in 1151, Japanese version, we see Mosa called Loki-sa, but it's cut off by Loki's speech bubble. Shirahoshi is well known for calling everyone Sama, and that was a hint from Oda without being too obvious. That's a cook, Quag 2. That is a cook. That is a cook. And I wouldn't have caught that if it wasn't for individuals being able to read the Japanese version of the text. That's a cook right there. I like that a lot. God, man, what does that mean for what we're about to get when we come back into the present? The streets, me, saying that Shanks left his drive with Buggy. Aw, man. Don't do that to be Gitoki so hard. I love that. I absolutely love that. Let's go, man. Let's go. And, I mean, Shanks lived with that with Makino. Yeah, I was with Makino whoop slap for all that time. So, yeah, man, I'll be back. Are you ready for Doomsday on the 18th of December? Well, what's on the 18th of December? Is that the Falcom shareholders meeting? You should check out Magus at the library. Great fantasy manga with a core message that I think you really resonate with. I appreciate you, Kentucky Zahara. I'll definitely look into it. I'll add it to my extremely long list. What do you think about the line of the two sovereigns in Shirahoshi and Loki? What does this mean for the resolution of the story? I'm so inspired by this. Yeah, no, it's really, really interesting. It does add a lot more intrigue to the two sovereigns comment for sure. I would get more information about the escape of the slaves, but I can't handle seeing Sad Koala and Boa. That stuff hit. That stuff hit. Also, what could be happening in Fishman Island that Shirahoshi says she can't talk to Loki anymore? Loki seems that stressed. Should I be worried? Yes. I definitely think we should be worried, Mugsby. Okay, it is the shareholders meeting. That's going to be a sweaty day, man. A sweaty day. I am... Oh, my God. That's going to be the craziest week of my December. Because I'm going to have Game Awards, which I'm 95% sure has Final Fantasy VII Part 3 content. And then the Falcom shareholders meeting. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. Thank you, Namir. So no confirmation if that was Shanks who saved the slaves. Checking the panel where Shanks says the army will be left open. Fisher Tiger tore off Shanks' bandage a little. Okay. I mean, I believe you. I already thought it was Shanks regardless. There was like a little piece back in my mind that was like maybe it was Shamrock still. But no, I think it was 100% Shanks. Especially after what we saw there in the in that panel where one had long hair, the other one had the short hair. Okay, Silver Shot. I mean, Shamrock being more like a morally black/gray, leaning on both sides. He'll be Van Arkwright. I'm down with that. All right. It was a stress-free day, brother. It was. I appreciate you. But ladies and gentlemen, we have hit the about to be the 2.5 hour mark. Thank God we're still live. So we're gonna call it here in a bit, so I can have a bit of my voice left for tomorrow morning. What if Harold ends up telling the Godo about Shirahoshi, and now the Holy Knights are out trying to capture her because Imu doesn't want Nika and Poseidon to meet? Ah, man, I like that a lot. I like it a lot because when the time skip started, we went to Fishman Island. And that was the first time we heard a few different things that would end up being endgame concepts. So I actually liked it a lot. Yeah, you're right. Blackbeard might take this opportunity to go scrounge up all of the ancient weapons at this point. Coach, I think I'm starting to realize now that Shirahoshi to me is what pudding is to you. She and the Neptunians probably are my favorite element of One Piece lore. So you get me, Quag, too. You get me. You get me. Yeah, no, shout out to Pudding, man. Yeah, alright, y'all. I'm gonna call it here. We'll be back next week. It looks like there's no break for some more One Piece greatness. We're about to hit that December stretch where there's probably going to be like at least a 1 or 2 week break in the middle of December. When we get that 1 or 2 week break, one of those Fridays we'll do the Chapter of the Year stream. So start getting those lists ready. We'll do that mid-December. And then during the January break, I want to say, we'll do our top 30 that I promised to do in like the summertime for like the stream goal thing that we did a couple of months ago. So fun One Piece streams are on the horizon. Fun One Piece streams. I think Nishiroshi chapter is Quag 2 core. Any Shirosha chapter is Quag 2 core to the max. Anything to do with the Fishman and the depths of the sea, to be honest. I'll remember that Quag 2. I will definitely remember that. Fishman Island is too important of an arc. I always I always said the most important people groups are the Alabastians, Skypians, or speaking of Skypia, man, the reveal of the name of crazy. Shandians, Fishmen, and the Giants. Absolutely. And it definitely feels that way. It's like that feels like what Oda's been building up for all these years, right? It's centered around them. But y'all hear it, Bro, I've had that Kim Possible ringtone for like 10 years. Oh yeah, Roger does call Shirahoshi Harry/Shaggy there as well. Oh man, yo. My boy's been cooking this for a minute. But alright, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Take care. And I will see y'all next time for some more Peak. Oh.